Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on True Crime Tarot Night. I hope everyone's having a lovely week, and we are going to touch on probably a new segment. Every now and again I'm going to pull up a Kennedy file and have a look at them. So the first one here has come from someone that has actually said to me, and we're talking about Edward Kennedy here. We're talking about the youngest brother of JFK and Robert Kennedy. And it said about Chappaquiddick. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a little, it would see what we would say a holiday island, a resort, fishing resort, a yachting place, sailing place or whatever, just a little bit around, I think it's Martha's Vineyard, not too sure, but anyway. She's got, were there two women in the car, handbag of Rosemary. Now Rosemary, her nickname allegedly was called Cricket. Did Ted even try? Who was driving the car? Was Mary Jo? Where was Mary Jo sitting? They're all pretty much all gone now. I think Rosemary was the last person with Ted. They lived, a lot older. Interesting, we should bring up Rosemary straight away, because later on down the track, Rosemary did say, now her purse was found in the front of the car, right? Mary Jo, the person who passed in the car, was found in the back. Now, Rosemary said Mary Jo just happened to be in the wrong car at the wrong time with the wrong people. Now, that's scary, because there was a report from the sheriff on the island saying that he did see the car and it was late at night. I won't mention anything too much because I want the cards to sort of like tell me anyway, but he did mention that there was, more than one person in the car. And the license plate, obviously, with L's and Sevens, tracked back to Ted. Ted left the scene, allegedly entertainment purposes only. I won't go into too much more. They, like all Kennedys now, a lot of conspiracies are turning into facts. So let's just see what the cards have to say. And let's just see how much further we can go into Chappaquiddick. I think it's called. Yeah. All right. Suspicious activity. Do you think? Stranger unknown to me. World, end of situation or buried. Organized meeting. And the tower. Chaos in a building. Well, we got two major arcanas coming straight out. It was the ending, sadly, of the person. Oh, sorry about that. My dog was barking. An organised meeting. It looks like a union of two people here. Sadly, that would appear to be the case, because I do believe that Mary Jo left her bag and her key to the hotel, which is back from the island where she was staying, at the house, and ended up walking out with Ted at the time, Ted Kennedy. Suspicious activity, absolutely. Stranger unknown to me, that's scary. That is scary. So I wonder who's coming through, if we're getting the reading that's based on Mary Jo involvement here. Without saying too much, I'm going to pull some more cards. Underground. Okay, here we go. Aware of tunnel or underground. Unaware of surroundings and crime of opportunity. When someone spikes your drink, you actually go dizzy and then literally pass out, right? allegedly entertainment purposes only. That would make you unaware of the surroundings. There was some sort of underground involvement here because there was no tunnel. I don't believe there was a tunnel. It was a bridge. But it was a crime of opportunity. But it was through an organised meeting. I would say something along the lines that there may be someone involved, like both Kennedy brothers who had been assassinated recently, a few years after this. This happened in 1969. Both Kennedy brothers were targeting the CIA. They weren't getting on with the CIA. They weren't getting on with the mob. They basically, were a one-pony family show that was, running United States. There's a lot of conspiracy out there, but a lot of things that were said to be conspiracy, and now there are some facts that are coming up, because everything that the Kennedys had and they were involved in was hushed or sealed. I do believe that to take 3 of the brothers out instead of just 2, allegedly entertainment purposes only, it would be too obvious. I do believe that. It's only because of the statement. Anyway, let's just keep going. But the cards are saying you've got underground involvement here. An aggressive attack. Gee, wow. A cover-up or tampering. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I believe there's a cover-up. I believe all 3, all of them, there was a cover-up on a lot of things, not just their assassinations, but on things that they had done. I mean, JFK and Marilyn Monroe, but Bobby was also involved too, allegedly entertainment purposes only. Despite the fact that, like I said before, there's some sort of underground involvement here. I think we're going with an organised meeting, a crime of passion. She wasn't aware of her surrounds. Check the timing. Yeah, an aggressive attack, and check the timing. So now we go down this rabbit hole with the timing, right? For those of who don't know out of the picture, exactly, and that's a female as well. Oh dear. For those of you who don't know, his statement, Ted Kennedy's statement, had that many holes in it that you wouldn't believe it. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. If he pulled that stunt in this day and era, he'd just be laughed off the planet. It was so wrong. The timing and what he said, like swimming across the channel, where professionals found it very, very hard to do, right? He made a point to have a witness, because he asked what time it was, and it was something like 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning or something, back at the hotel in the island, not from where he had been, but where he was staying at the hotel. So it was pretty obvious he had some sort of alibi there. That would be a red flag for a start, because it's pretty late, and he's a well-known person, right? So he had to establish himself at a certain time. Again, check the timing. According to certain records, allegedly entertainment purposes only, he was still at the party at, I think it was 12. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, 11:30, 12. He actually said that the accident was around 11:30 on the 18th, but the deputy sheriff saw him and 2 other people, not just 1 but 2, and I think he did say females, Two other people in the car at 12:45 the morning after. So that island's very, very small. So there's at least, I don't know, an hour, 90 minutes of difference there with what the deputy sheriff said compared to what Ted said in his statement, allegedly. There's also, Ted didn't report it until after the body was found. The body was found around about 9 o'clock in the morning. Ted didn't officially report it until 10, after the body was found. Out of the picture. Well-funded operation. High priestess, hidden knowledge. Dark web or record. Crime of passion, desire. Yeah, I think I said crime of passion before. And the emperor, there you go. The father figure. The ruler. The figure in charge. Yeah, it's not Ted. That's someone higher than Ted. That is someone a lot higher than Ted. Sure, he was thinking about running for president. I think he was at the time, campaigning. The fact that it was a crime of passion, there was no dark web then, there was no internet, but there was a record. I think she knew something, and she had to be out of the picture. If you go into some of the conspiracies of where she was previously, she was actually working for Robert Kennedy before he was assassinated. Previous to that, or around about the same time as JFK, she was actually sharing a place with another secretary that her name was Carol, that I think she was a beauty queen or something like that. That also has suspicious circumstances. It had something to do with a person called Baker from memory, or allegedly politically involved. Now, I know myself when you actually share, because years ago, you do talk. It's candid. It's nothing. Well, for me, it just mentioned in passing, how was your day? Oh, so and so said this, and so did that, and that was it. But because of the type of people that they were involved in, and the type of job that they had, I would say she knew too much. I also believe that there was some sort of a little bit more to it than, well, a lot more than what Kennedy was saying. Let's just keep going. If we can pull out a little bit more. Right. Wow. Look at that. Look at all the major arcanas coming through. Wow. Inside job taken out. There we go. Media or social media. The Hermit. Kept in the dark. Empress. There's a mother figure involved. Some sort of empathy. A magician. Some sort of dark ritual. And this is carrying forward, which is your father figure. Her parents were definitely kept in the dark. We do know that. It wasn't until later on down the track where someone asked to have an inquisition or whatever and have the body exhumed, because it was there was no autopsy or anything like that done. The media was all over it, but at the same time, they did try to distract it away from the moon landing, which is debatable as well, allegedly entertainment purposes only. It was basically that night, I think, or that week or something like that. So the media was basically no different than what happens now. Extremely controlling, extremely. These Kennedy, I do believe they would be hard left. If you look at the way that they operate, I would believe that they are hard left. I know that Robert's cousin, I think it is, or no, sister, Robert Jr.'s sister is well and truly involved in in that side where, you know, it comes to speech and stuff like that. This suppression, you know, taking away the freedom of speech, this has happened for a long time. This isn't just something that we're all aware of now. I think that's where they're going with the media, how they manipulated everything, especially with the magician. They were manipulating the parents, they were manipulating the media. We were all kept in the dark, and it was an inside job. So, you know, that makes it, that pretty much sums up everything, doesn't it? There actually is no surprises here with the Kennedys. I'm sorry to say, as they've now moved on and it's only their children that are, you know, around. That era, it was very, 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 very controlled, very controlled. And they were very popular, but for a reason, because they were constantly in the media. They were, you know, everyone wanted to be a Jackie. Everyone wanted, you know, from what I know, I wasn't around, but, you know, from what I can see, she was the role model of how a good wife should be. One more time. Put in a room or a place. Accomplishment or had help. Mental struggle or illness, jealousy or cheating. And the Sun, yes, you're on the correct path. I'm sorry to say, but there were two people involved here, two females involved here. Someone had help. I hate to implicate someone, especially when they're not here. I will say allegedly again, but Rosemary was fully aware of the situation, which is probably where she was going with that. Mary Jo just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. Okay, she didn't say person, she said people. It was jealousy or cheating. Well, again, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, there was a little bit more to it than meets the eye. Put in a room or in a place. I wonder if that's what we're talking about when we're saying the back seat. Put in the place, all right, being an inside job, put in the place. I believe her drink was spiked and she was in the back where she was found. I believe that was the case. I believe there was some sort of relationship. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the cheating card. And we've got the Sun here saying, yes, you're on the correct path. We had to draw a few more things here. There is a mental struggle and illness also. That could be any of them. These girls were in their 20s, just coming, you know, into their prime, out of their teenagers, still very, very young. Or it's Ted himself. I'm not too sure who that would be. What I am getting is that it's a cover-up. It's been tampered with. It was an inside job. She was put in the back of that car. She had her drink spiked. Sadly, Rosemary knew the story. Ted had help. And I think we'll leave it at that. I will go into it because it's depressing and, you know, it's sad. There's no winners here. There's no winners, you know. Very, very sad. So I will look into maybe some more of the Kennedys because I have always been interested in all the conspiracies that have surrounded them. So stay tuned. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know anyone that's watching this. I'm sure it's not going to be very popular. There's only a certain amount of people who would know about it. Yeah, let me know what you think. And I'll see you again next week for another episode of True Crime Tarot. Bye.